Welcome back to my channel at The Movie Optimist, where I try and find the silver linings in even the worst of films. After waiting decades for this, we are finally here at the opening night for The Naked Gun, starring Liam Neeson, which is a direct sequel to the original films starring Leslie Nielsen, where Liam Neeson is playing his son. Accompanying him is Pamela Anderson, and essentially this film is, when Pamela Anderson's brother gets killed, Liam Neeson plays a cop who agrees to investigate the murder of him, and this leads to a larger conspiracy with a bunch of bad guys that you've seen across a ton of other movies before. It's like the bad guy from the Wonder Woman film, and he goes off on this big adventure with her to try and unsolve this mystery. And I don't want to solve too much because that's one of the fun things about movies like this, is unsolving the mystery. But at the same time, the fun thing about this movie is the humor that's in it. This is very firmly in that spoof category. If you haven't seen the original films, the humor is essentially leaning on the fact that Liam Neeson's character is playing a very serious character that doesn't realize he's in a comedy, and he's an idiot. He's a lovable idiot, and everything goes over his head, kind of like Drax in the Guardians of the Galaxy films. It has humor like this.
Please, take a chair.
Thank you.
And like this.
This is what I do. Says you served 20 years for man's laughter.
You mean manslaughter?
Must have been quite the joke.
And that's an ode to the originals, where the humor was like this.
As soon as Nordberg is better, he's welcome back at Police Squad.
Unless he's a drooling vegetable. But I think that's only common sense.
And like this.
Nice beaver.
Thank you. I just had it stuffed.
Let me help you with that.
It takes a really smart writer to write comedy like this, because you have to be so on point, and then also the actors have to have just such great comedic timing. And holy shit, does Liam Neeson have that timing. He is so good in this movie. I laughed my guts out from start to finish. Out of the entirety of this film, there was maybe like 2 or 3 jokes that didn't really land for me. Everything else literally had me laughing hysterically. My theater was cracking up. And look, if you don't like humor like this, if you don't like the spoof humor, like the scary movies films and stuff like that, then you're not gonna like this. This just isn't comedy for you. But if you do like movies like that, if you like Airplane and all the original Naked Guns, this is gonna fit firmly in there for you, and you're gonna really enjoy it just like I did. This movie's not perfect, obviously. Like, there are really rushed acts of the film where they just want to get to the next comedy beat. A lot of the logic in this movie doesn't make sense. There are scenes where there are things happening that literally defy the laws of physics, but it's part of the charm of this movie. And it makes me so happy to say that, because the spoof comedy was killed. It was suplexed into the dirt, and I actually never thought we were going to get anything like this again. And the fact that we are, and it's from one of the movies that started it all, and it's as good as it is, really honestly just blows my mind. Like, if you look at the Rotten Tomatoes scores, it's sitting at like a 90-something% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is crazy for a spoof movie. And it's also crazy because the movie itself is very flawed, but it's almost flawed intentionally. It's part of the charm. They want to be so over the top and stupid because that's the point. That's what's making you laugh. And for me, it gave me everything I wanted. It was an incredible performance by Liam Neeson. It was a great performance by Pamela Anderson. Now, I haven't really seen her in much outside of like a few episodes of Baywatch here and there when I was a kid growing up, but damn, she could act, and she also has some great comedic timing in this. There were a lot of things that happened that made me really laugh with her. There's specifically a scene that you see in the trailer that pays homage to stuff that they did in like the Austin Powers films, where guards are looking at something thinking they're seeing one thing, but really they're seeing something else that's totally innocent.
This oven is disgusting.
And it's a lot of stuff like that, like, it was just so funny, and I really can't recommend it enough. If you're looking for a comedy, we do not get comedies that much in this day and age anymore. They don't do well at the box office. They're just not what they used to be back in the day. So every time we do, I can't help but urge people to just not walk, but run to the theater to see it. And I'm not trying to get you to go and see a bad comedy either. This one is really well done. I'm gonna give this movie an 8 out of 10. It is definitely up there in terms of like the top 10 best spoof movies ever made. I would call this the Shawshank Redemption of the spoof genre, because that's just how good it is in the lane of spoof movies. What do you guys think? Have you seen this already? Did my review sway your opinion on whether or not you want to see it this weekend or not? If it has, I'd love to talk about it. And as always, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you next time.
Best of the best.
I need a bathroom.
I need this room immediately.
There's a line, man.
Police business.